Fletcher. Now, as you guys know, G Herbo and Ari Fletcher had a very toxic relationship. Her being the baby mama of G Herbo kind of got her notoriety, and her personality and her plastic surgeries and whatever fascinated a lot of people and excelled her to where she is now, to where she's somewhat kind of more famous or popular, and I don't know if famous is the right word, but she's more known than G Herbo at this point, to me, I would think. But since they have gotten out of their relationship, it seems as though they have had some type of issues with co-parenting. Now, immediately when they got out of their relationship, to me, from the outside looking in, it looked like Ari was only trying to control the situation. She didn't want her son going over there. And it seemed like, one of those situations like, I don't want you to have girls around my child, but yet I could have, Moneybag. I could have all these other guys, the boxer dude. I could have all these other people around my son, but you can't do what you want to do. And it was given kind of like, tit for tat, bitter baby mama games that she was playing. Now, fast forward to now, she is accusing him of the same thing again, and she is saying that Taina is mistreating her child. Now, before she came out saying that Taina was mistreating her child, people on social media was accusing G Herbo of liking one child over the other. So they were pretty much saying, oh, you got this new family, you got these new kids, you like these kids more than you like your first son, blah, 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 blah. And he basically responded to that. And this is what he had to say.
Look, listen, this don't have nothing to do with the shade room or no blogs or anybody. But what the type of sick individual, human being do you have to be to want a 3-year-old to despise or not like his own siblings, his own flesh and blood? I don't get it. Like, a mother's relationship with a child and a father's relationship with a child are two totally different relationships. And they could never intersect between each other. Like, a mother's love and a father's love is two totally different things. And when it comes to children, as a parent, you're going to love your children unconditionally. And as a sibling, if the parent loves all the kids unconditionally, the kids are going to love each other unconditionally. Why the would that ever even be a thought in somebody's mind? Why do y'all continue to, create this narrative as in, oh, me as a father, I'm having kids. I love my firstborn, my first ever real true love in life, less than I could love the kids that I'm having now, or my kid feels neglected. Like, my son loves me unconditionally. Me and my son have a bond like this that nobody could ever break. Nobody in the world could ever break that bond, and he know that. So why the do y'all people who I never met, who don't even know me or my son, think y'all could really define the relationship that I have with my son, or that his mother have, or anybody? Like, I hope y'all actually find somebody in life that love y'all unconditionally, because it's coming to the point where all day, like, and don't take my words and try to act like I'm making a comment towards his mama. I know that lame that y'all try to do. No, this for y'all. This is for all the fans and all you fucking weirdos at home trying to create some type of false narrative, and y'all don't even know what the going on. And don't take my words and try to act like I'm.
All right. So that was his response. And I agree. A lot of the times that certain people beef, it be a lot of the dramas that the fans are starting. Just like, the fans are trying to start a beef between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, the fact that they both shot a video on the same day. The fans are really trying to brew stuff. Like, they tried to get Amaretta and Lotto to beef, and there was one person who said, I really wish that Lotto and Amaretta would beef. And sometimes people would play into that, and it do be the fans creating stuff. But from this situation, Ari decided to chime in, and she said that she feels as though Taina is mistreating her son, and that's the reason why her son is not allowed to be around him, and that she's saying that she gave him an opportunity to get the situation squared away, and because he hasn't got it squared away, then he's not gonna be allowed to see his son or whatever. And it says, how about tell the truth for once? Tell them how my son came home with a scar on him and saying what Taina did to him while you wasn't home. And even though he told you out his own mouth what she did, and he was crying and she didn't help him, and she's mean to him and he don't like her, and the ish happened while you wasn't home. I gave you a whole week to handle it as a father. You or her never called me about the situation. I called back to talk to her and tell her that she can't be around my baby, and I was very respectful, and you set up and said in front of her that my baby was lying. You said, how you gonna see your son if he can't be around her? LOL, what? That's why you haven't seen your son for real, and that's why he probably don't want me to have no other kids, because the way your other baby mama treats him. When you finally came to where we live, you got him for one day, posted on Instagram, and left. Let's tell it all. So that was Ari basically saying that her son told her that Taina was mistreating the son. And I ain't there. I don't know what happened. But I seen a lot of comments of people, and I'm going to assume that it is people who don't have children. For some reason, there is this narrative that children don't lie and children never lie. Now, again, I'm not saying that her son is a liar. I'm just responding to the comments. Let that be very clear. I don't know her son from observation. I've, seen things, but I don't know her son. I'm not there. I don't know what he would lie about or not. But just to the comments of the statement of kids don't lie, kids never lie, I'm going to assume those comments are coming from people who do not have children. Because just as manipulative as adults can be, children can also be manipulative. Let me get back on to Ari. Again, my comments were to the comments and the sentiment that kids don't lie. That's not true. But anyways, again, that's not saying her child is lying in this situation. I do not know. But what I do know is observing from videos that I've seen with Ari and her child. And when Ari has him, he's not in a seatbelt. And I'm not saying that she's a bad parent. Don't misquote me on that either. But when the child is with Ari, it seems like he can do whatever he wants. He can do whatever he wants, not in a seatbelt. It doesn't, to me, from the outside, and again, I don't know him, so I cannot say definitively how she is as a parent 24/7. But from my observation, he seems to be a child that does whatever he wants. Okay? In G Herbo's household, again, it could be a dynamic where the child has more structure. And if a child has more structure, they may lash out about it. Now, if this child is saying that Taina had put a scar on him, that is definitely a conversation that Ari needs to have with Taina. If my child comes to me and says that her father's woman put any marks on her, I'm going to have a conversation and get to the bottom of situations. Now, I'm learning even with my daughter. My daughter goes to school and she had a rift with her teacher. In order to get the full picture, I had to get my daughter's side. I had to hear what the teacher had to say. And I found that the truth was in the middle. So I do feel like that there has to be a conversation with Taina and Ari. I think that if there is an accusation as it pertains to a child, that you absolutely should be giving her a call back and explaining what the situation was. You can't just feel like, I'm just not going to respond unless this is a repeated thing where Ari continues to do this over and over. Now, from the early beginnings, I felt like Ari was trying to control the situation. But again, that's not my child. I'm not receiving my child. I don't know. So if that is true, I feel like take him to court. If I feel like anybody does anything wrong to my child, I'm filing a report for my child. Period. I'm filing a report. I don't care. I'm taking you to court. That's just what I'm gonna do. That's how it is. But I don't know. So G Herbo, he responded to that and he said, if y'all believe I'll let anybody on earth mistreat my son, y'all is stupid. So that was his response to it right here, where it says, if y'all believe I'll let anybody on earth mistreat my son, y'all is stupid. All right, so after the narrative that Ari put out, Taina decided to defend herself and show a collective of videos that she spent with Yoshan, and she expressed how for the longest time that they have been together, she has literally had to hide her interactions with him, because if you guys remember, anytime there was either like a photo of Taina and Yoshan, and she could simply just be like in the same room or holding him or whatever, Ari would flip out and not want her to have any interaction with her son. And this is way before any interactions. Like I said, it seemed as though she was very controlling and trying to control the narrative. Like, I can have people around our son, but you can't, type of thing. And that's just literally what it gave. But she showed a collection of videos from when he was a baby all the way up until, I guess, I don't know how old, but she showed us several videos, and this is some of them.
Are you saying hey to me? Hey.
All right. And so it's her, interacting with him, playing with him as a baby. And then she shows him when he is older, and they are, having family outings and things like that as he got older, him looking like he's like in the studio with them, and just different interactions and photos of her interacting with Yoshan and stuff. They have music playing, so I don't want to play the music with it. But she showed all of these photos and videos and her hanging out with him and spending time with him and things like that. And she followed that up with her saying, she says, I've allowed you to create false narratives about me in the past, but I will not let you create this narrative when it comes to a child that I have so much love for. Anybody that knows me knows that I would never lay a finger on him or any child. I've always had to hide my love for Yoshan out of respect for you and your wishes. When I met Herb, I knew he was a part of the package. I signed up for this even with all the drama that came with it. I've always had hope that we could settle our differences like adults for the sake of our children. One thing you will not do is attack my character when it comes to being a parent and accuse me of child abuse. You have continuously attacked me as I sit here 8 months pregnant, emotionally drained. It sickens me that you have this much hatred for me, that you would portray me in this light. Regardless how you may feel about me, I love Yoshan. So that is what she had to say in her defense. A lot of people, once they seen her defend herself, show videos of her interacting with him, there was a split down the middle of people saying, I believe her. Ari has always shown these bitter ways. And even if you are a fan of Ari, you can literally tell from the moment that she got in the picture, she didn't want the girl around her child. Even before the boy could even talk, she just always, if my son cried, okay, he cried. Like, he was literally a baby. And she's like, oh, my son cried because he don't want to be around her. Like, it would be all kind of stuff like that. And she's been creating this narrative for a very long time. And so Taina is saying, listen, I've been, letting this rock, not really defending myself, but enough is enough. I've built memories with him, and out of respect for you, I have not said anything. So after Taina came to defend herself, like I said, there was a lot of people who was saying that they believed her. Well, Ari wasn't here for it, and she decided to hop on live and share videos, or I mean, not videos, but audio of her having a conversation with her son. And on the call is G Herbo, who she claimed didn't try to get down to the bottom of it, but he's also on the call trying to get to the bottom of it and figure out what happened. And the son is saying something along the lines of like a pillow. He got thrown, a pillow was thrown at him or something.
See, I've been real chill. I've been so calm. I've been so quiet. I just, I'm trying to turn over to a new leaf. And the only thing that can really take me out of my character is my child. First of all, delete my son off your page. That's one. I've allowed you to create false narratives about me in the past, but I will not let you create this narrative when it comes to a child that I have so much love for. Anybody that knows me knows I would never... Girl, shut up. Because ain't nobody going for none of that, period. Like I said, I called y'all and told y'all what happened to my son, and ain't nobody called me. Y'all waited a whole week, and I had to call y'all back for you to say, oh, no, I didn't do that. No, that never happened. Stop playing with me. All that good girl, goody two-shoes you be trying to pull, not going for it. Been not like you, ain't gonna like you. Tried to give you a chance, you blew it. Anyway, what the truth of the matter is that you sitting at home and you so mad and miserable because whatever going on over there, and you pregnant and you got a baby, then that man is leaving you with his child, and you don't like his baby mama. That's what the problem is. But since you saying that I'm lying on you, I have 8 videos to prove to you that I'm not lying. So I'm going to just start from the beginning. I'm going to start from the top, since I'm lying on you.
But you tell me that you don't like me too. You tell me all the time, you say I don't love you. You say you're not my daddy anymore. And you love me.
And you just tell me to sit down and you just watch. And you just watch Juice WRLD because you just watch Juice WRLD.
Yeah, I was watching Juice WRLD. You didn't want to watch Juice WRLD?
No, I hate Juice WRLD.
What you wanted to watch, Tarzan?
Yeah.
But you watched Tarzan.
Huh?
You watched Tarzan.
Why don't you like Taina?
Because I don't.
Why not, though, son? You always happy every time. And when I leave you in the house with her, you be happy. What's the rule?
You have to stop leaving me, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna stop leaving you. Okay, I got you, son. I won't leave you anymore.
Okay.
All right. But she hurt you? Did Taina hurt you? Did she hit you or something like that?
I was falling in your floor. I was falling in your floor.
On my floor? Who hit you, me or Taina?
Taina.
Okay. Did it hurt?
Yeah. And
Did you cry?
no.
You didn't cry?
Yeah, I did cry.
She was mean to you?
Huh?
She was being mean to you?
Yeah.
Why did she be mean to you?
Because she's bad.
She's bad?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't want to hang with Tata anymore?
So, I'm gonna call the police on her. I'm gonna call the police.
All right, so I'm going to pause it right there. And as per the call, it looks like he was trying to probe and ask questions and see what the issue was. Me, on the outside looking in, as I'm listening to it, it sounds like a son who wants attention from his father. So if you listen to the words that he said that his father, whenever he goes and hangs out, he leaves him with Taina and he wants to go with his dad. I feel like sometimes kids want the attention of their parents, and sometimes these daddies, they will leave the kids with the grandma, the girlfriend, and kids want the attention and the love from their father.
No, son. You always happy every time. And when I leave you in the house with her, you be happy. What's the rule?
You have to stop leaving me, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna stop believing you. Okay.
In addition to that, the way that Ari opened it up, like, I don't even like her anyway, period. Kids pick up on that energy. Kids pick up on if you don't like a person. And I don't know if Ari is the type of mama to talk about, you know, people in front of her child. But being that the next clips that I'm going to play is him saying that he want to shoot her and all of those things like that, it sounds like he is exposed to a lot of stuff. And it sounds like, you know, from and even from other videos that I've seen that, you know, it be all kind of stuff being said in front of him. And I can't say for certain, but she doesn't seem like the type that is not going to say how she feels. She seems like the type that I don't like her, and whether it's in earshot of her son or not, she's going to say it. Now, kids pick up on those vibes, period. Number 3, even though I feel like she may be the type to talk mess about the girl in front of the child, and I know that kids pick up on those vibes, I also think that it is very important to investigate any type of allegations of abuse and get it nipped in the bud head on. The way one person might do something, this other person isn't. So when I look at videos, he could simply be feeling like, oh, she's not giving me candy or she's not giving me juice back to back to back to back, so she's mean. I've seen kids who then ate a whole bag of candy. The moment you take it away from them and you like, you know what, you had too much candy, they'll be like, oh my God, you're mean. You're a meanie. You're being mean to me. There's all kind of variables as to why a child may feel like a person is being mean. Some kids who are used to running amok, and then they get in a situation where, okay, you can have 1 sucker, you can't have 2. They feel like, oh, my mom lets me have 10 suckers. You're mean. You're a meanie. It's a lot of different variables for people to just automatically assume that the child is just being wrongfully treated. Now, I feel like all allegations should be taken seriously. Now, that is not to say don't investigate, because as a parent, you got to get to the bottom of it, period. Now, when I probe my child, I have to get everything boop, boop, boop. So what happened? Who did what? When was this? Okay. So, you know, go through the list of line, and then I talk to the next kid. Okay, what happened? What's your story? No, let me hear from them. What happened? What? And then when you talk to different individuals in the part of the story, you hear that sometimes the truth is in the middle. Okay? So, let's hear, I guess, the rest of what she had to say. Again, that is not to say that, you know, he's not being treated poorly. I just wanted to present an objective view that sometimes when you already don't like somebody, you know, the most minuscule things can automatically be blown out of proportion. There's a lot of different variables as far as why a person might be like, oh, she's mean, she's mean. You know what I'm saying? But let's hear him, I guess, say that he wants to shoot her and stuff like that.
That's really crazy. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why do you want to shoot somebody, Papa?
Because everyone's
What did she do that was mean? That makes you want to shoot her? Shooting somebody is crazy. What did she do to you to make you want to shoot her?
throw a pillow at me.
What happened when she threw a pillow at you? Did it hurt you? Was you okay?
It hurts me.
Did you fall or was you standing up when she threw a pillow?
I was fall.
Did she help you up?
No.
Why are you so angry?
Okay, y'all get the picture. And I have 8 more of them videos. So don't ever tell me that I'm trying to... About what? Please explain to me what I'm bitter about. Nothing. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. I have no reason to be bitter about anything. So please stop with that. I'm not going to sit on the internet and come on here and lie about my child, saying my child said something that he absolutely never said or came home and said to me. My child have been around you for years at this point. Why would I just decide to right now to be like, no, let me just be mad and just say your son sick? For what? Why? I know that every single time that my baby goes to LA, he's with you 24/7. His dad is never barely even there. Why would I create just this specific time to be mad at the babysitter? Why? I don't have any reason to lie. When my son come home, I ask him, did you have fun with your dad? I don't say, What was the girl doing? It's none of my business. I'm not worried about that. I want to know what's going on with my child and his father. It has nothing to do with you. But when he came home, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. He had a scrape on his.
All right, so then after that, it cuts out, and I guess she was saying that he came at 2 in the morning, he had a scrape on his knee or whatever, and she asked him what happened. He said he fell, blah, 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 blah. I didn't catch it live. I'm just catching what the Shade Room posted, and that's that on that. But being that I know that, dealing with children and just a multitude of emotions, there's like a lot of layers that go into it. I think that when these stories happen, people just look at it at the perspective of the person that they like. Like, oh, if I like Ari more, then everything that she says is Bible, and they just look at it from her point of view and just repeat, copy and paste everything she says. Or if they don't like her and they like, Herbo, then they'll do it that way. Me, I look at it down the middle. I feel like, there can be multiple layers to it. There is a layer that if a child lets you know that they feel like they are mistreated, you absolutely investigate, you get to the bottom of it. Number 2, when there are new babies coming in the picture, children can feel like their place is being taken and there is a jealousy factor. You have to get to the bottom of that. Also, he doesn't see Herbo and his mom together. He could not like that. He could want them together. Thirdly, if he sees that, if I go and I'm with my dad and he has another baby and it's not all about me, when I'm at home with my mom, I get to do whatever I want. It's me, and I do anything that I want. Now, when I'm here in this household, there is other kids here, and I have to, be gentle, delicate, whatever, however they run their house, whatever. A kid could then say, because a lot of people was going off of her video of him crying, saying that he didn't want her to have another baby. And she even mentioned that in her thing. And she was like, that's probably why my child don't want to have another baby because, you probably messing with him or mistreating him. That's probably why he don't want another kid. Or perhaps, still verify and get to the bottom of the allegation, but perhaps it could be that when he's with you, it's all the Yoshan show, and when he's over there, there's other children that also have to get attention as well. And if you say, because you claim that you're pregnant every other month, or make allegations or allude to it, if you're playing around with being pregnant or you tell him that you're pregnant, he might feel like, okay, damn, it's already not the Yoshan show over there. And now if you get pregnant, now it's really not going to be the Yoshan show over here. It's a lot of variables. And if you feel like a person is harming your child, I feel like you absolutely should investigate. But me being a parent, I feel like a lot of the comments from people are from people who don't have children. I have a child. I'm almost 9 years in this gig. You know what I'm saying? And from me, I realized early on that kids do try to get their way and they will try to influence you. They also will see what you don't like and try to make you happy. If they know mommy don't like her, I'm going to say what mommy might want to hear. Also, it could be telling the truth. There's a lot of layers to it. Kids are clumsy. They fall. My child is almost 9. She comes home. She got scrapes on her that I'm like, girl, where did that come from? She don't even know where it came from a baby. She, she fall and get up, clumsy. It's just a lot going on to it. So it's a lot of layers that you have to peel back. I don't feel like social media is going to be able to do it. I feel like they need to get a mediator involved, regardless of if she likes Taina or not, because she said, I don't like her, period. That good girl image, she just don't like her. Whether she likes her or not, her children and Taina's children are siblings, so they're going to have to come to some kind of common ground. And when Herb said, if y'all think I'm just going to allow somebody to mistreat my child, you crazy, he could look at it like they probably could have been play fighting. He fell. She's 8 months pregnant, almost, 9 months. She's not going to be picking him up like she would when she's not pregnant. It's just a lot of factors. And many people, for me looking at the blogs, many people feel like it sounds like a pillow fight blown out of proportion. But, other people feel like it's a serious allegation and, he got to be telling the truth. He's being harmed. He's being abused, all these things. Or it could have been, anything. So you definitely still take the allegations serious and investigate. But because there's a lot of variables and because there is a lot of layers, you have to peel back the layers and you have to get to the bottom of it, period. You talk to G Herbo, you talk to Taina, you talk to your child, you talk and you catch everything. When she was talking to Yoshan said everybody is being mean. She didn't address that.
Why do you want to shoot somebody, Papa?
Because everyone's
What did she do that was mean?
Me, as a parent, okay, why are you saying everybody is being mean? What's going on? She just immediately kept redirecting him to Taina, and a kid could feel like, okay, let me just say whatever to get this interrogation over. Or perhaps the kid can feel like, okay, she threw a pillow at me. I felt like she treated me wrong. Da, 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 da. There's a lot of variables that you have to look into when there is these types of things. And me being a parent, I know how it go. I do interrogations on a daily with the child. What happened? No, start from the top. What happened? Okay, telling this person. What happened? Okay, the adult. Okay, what's your account of it? And I don't just take an adult word for it. I don't just take a kid word for it. I get the whole scoop, and then, you move from there. Kids get jealous. They get jealous of relationships. They also get mistreated. It's a lot of layers. But now Ari is threatening to, I guess, expose their business if Taina doesn't take her child down off her page. And from the last thing I checked, it looks like Taina took the post off of her page. And in her response, she said that, out of the wishes of Ari, she hasn't been posting the son. To me, Ari just comes off very immature, for real. Like, looking at this latest post of, take my son down, woo, woo, all this stuff, and how she has been from the very beginning. She just seems very immature to me. Now, she has a lot of fans that, they're infatuated with plastic surgery, BBLs, and they feel like that is the good life, that you get pregnant by a rapper and, it's just the good life. So a lot of people glamorize all of that and they just look one-sided at the situation. To me, I feel like I don't think that she's handled it correctly. Those things should be handled either in the court of law. If you feel like somebody is abusing your child, you handle it via a police report, police station. But, you always want to document everything. You always want to investigate everything. But you have to be careful of trying to be in total control and trying to feel like you are the only parent who it matters only what you say. Because going to court with that attitude, if G Herbo is to take her to court, can flip on her. I've seen it happen. So
I don't have ain't no reason to lie. When my son come home, I ask him, "Did you have fun with your dad?" I don't say, "What was the girl doing?" It's none of my business. I'm not worried about that. I want to know what's going on with my child and his father. It has nothing to do with you. But when he came home, it was like 2:00 in the morning. He had a scrape on his knee, like he was bleeding, and it was healing. And I said, "What happened?" And he said, "Oh, Taina, I was running, and Taina threw a pillow at me, and she made me fall." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, did she help you up?" He said, "No." I said, "Well, what was your daddy at?" "My daddy wasn't at home." I said, "Okay, that's when now it's getting tricky." So she threw the pillow, he fell, whatever. She was bleeding. He said she didn't help him up. Girl, I'm not finna allow you. That for what? So delete my son off of your page. While you talking about I had to hide my love and do all that good girl shit you be trying to do. You could play that with the internet, but you're not gonna play it with me. Delete my son off your page. Stop making it seem like somebody lying on you. It's not. It's never giving that. For real. Cause what reason do I have to lie on you? You babysitting my son. I don't want to be mad at you. I want to be able to drop my son off so I can go do what I want to do. He not finna just sit up and be lying on you. It ain't been 3 months. He still got the same story. Why am I picking on you for what?
Wait, this happened 3 months ago? Ciao. All right, that's all for this video. I'll catch y'all on the next one.